we're now going to do our recap videos for our Venetian lace collection, and the first one I'm going to use is the applique die set, and I'm going to use it to make a card blank. So I'm just going to show you how to do it because I only want it cutting on one side. So I've laid the foundation die over my card base, so this is sort of 15 by 20 centimeters, and it will just fit on nicely. So I've done it over the edge like you would when you were doing a normal shaped card. What I'm going to do this time though is I'm going to take my glass mat and I'm just going to butt it up, my join up to the edge of my glass mat like that. So what I'm also going to do, just because of moving around, is I'm going to put that like that. You see I keep nudging it, so I'm going to put that like that. Once it's in the right place, I'm going to put a piece of tape on that end. That's waste, so I can put as much tape on there as I want. Now, what's going to happen is we can put that through there. There we go. Now, there is no plates over this, so obviously it can't cut. So this is just going to cut the shape that I want. Hopefully it's not changed it all. Look at that, I'm catching all the bits. So this is just my card base. So a couple of snips and that will then give me everything I need. There we go, so that's going to come out through there. There we are. Perfect. So just lift that off there. So now you can see I've got my shape card at the front. Let's get that through there. Now all I need to do, see these two little bits, just snip those off and there I have my shape card. Clever, isn't it? So that doesn't stand up very well like that. So what I have got is I've got one here and I've put some tape on. I've got a piece of acetate and I've got some red liner on the back of here because you can't see red liner tape once it's on. So I put a few pieces in like that and I'm going to put this acetate. Now I'm going to put this acetate level with the bottom. It's not, I could have actually done with it a little bit bigger at the top, but it's absolutely fine. So I can fold that over. That will now pick it up and it will now stand perfectly. Can you see? Because it's got something at the bottom to stand on. So I've also cut the foundation die out again of this purple cardstock. So this is from the paper pack. And then I'm going to pop it onto the front of the card with some foam tape just to add a little bit more interest and dimension. So these are absolutely gorgeous. Now, I'll tell you what I am going to do is I'm going to pop a little bit of wet glue on because that's going to give me some wriggle room. There we go, just like that. Now what I need to do, just excuse my head a minute, is I need to just to line that up. Just there. There we go. And that wet glue was giving me that wiggle room that I needed. So now you can see we've got our lovely card shape with our solid one on the front. It overhangs the edge there, but that is going to be perfect. So because we've got the acetate, we need to decorate the inside. And I've just got some more of that purple. So it's the same purple we've got on there. There we go, a little bit of wet glue on there. And that's going to go on there. Isn't it a lovely colour? Really, really, it's almost like an aubergine, I would say, isn't it? Really nice. And then I've got one of my decorative papers off the USB. I just think that works so well. And that's what you always get when you get the USBs. You know that the papers are going to go so well with the cardstock. It's almost like you don't have to think about it, do you? It just works. Oops, and then that one's going to go on there. And again, the wet glue gives me that little bit of wiggle room. And that is the inside of my card. So you need to do that just because it's going to be visible through there. Now what I've got now is I've got the detail die from that beautiful Venetian applique die, and I'm going to pop that on there. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go for that rich purple, because you then get such a lovely contrast between the purple and the white. So that's going to work through there. So I can go right down on those jewels all the way along there. And that's going to go across. There we go. And then on here. Now, there we go. That's going to just pop on there with the perfect border. Oh, that one just moved. There we go. Doesn't that look gorgeous? And I just think that contrast is beautiful. What you've also got with the Venetian lace is you've got a swift die, and that's going to allow you to cut out some of the little extras. So I can then just do a little bit of decoupage if I wanted to. Let's just put that on there. With a little bit of my glue gel. That's going to go, oops. No, I think that wants to go that way up better. Yes. There we go. Let's just try and get it to fit right. That goes on there. And then I've got a couple of little extra little pieces if you choose to use them. And then you can just pop them on wherever you want an extra little bit of detail. There we go. I've also got some little gems which we can then raise up. Pop that on there. Right, now I've also got my sentiment. I'm going to pop my sentiment on now before I've even got to put my flowers on, but then it's just going to help me to do everything else I want to do. So this has come out of the Venetian card shape. So we can pop that on there. Now that means now I can see where to put these strings better, you see, because I know where my sentiment is. There we go. Pop that one, tuck it under somewhere where it will go. There we go. That wants to straighten out. There we go. And I've got a couple of little swirls for the corners. And you can put these in just there if that's what you want to go. There we go. No, I don't like that there. Oh, that'll look all right like that. There we go. It'll just look like it's floating as well, because I think that'll do actually. So let's just leave that like that for now. So you can see, absolutely gorgeous. And I'll show you how to put the flowers on. Now these flowers are so clever. I really enjoyed doing this. So this is my set of floral compositions from the Venetian collection. So this allows you to build your own flowers. And let me show you, I'll show you on here. So I've got my mat, and then you get your stem, and then you just put in whichever flowers you want. So I might want those flowers there, or I might want them, oops, there. Or I might want two of those in, so I can put one there and one there. I might want a leaf in there, or I might want some more flowers in there. And this is what this link system does. It allows you to build them up. Now, there are hundreds and hundreds of combinations you could do. So we couldn't give you charisma for everyone. So we've given you 6 lots of charisma, and this is the one that I'm going to do. So I'm going to take it onto my glass mat. So because I'm doing it this way, I'm going to do it onto the glass one. And then I'm going to take the stem that fits, and then we can pop that over there, just like that. So I'm going to need plenty of tape to hold this in place. Takes a few minutes, but it's really worth it. So pop that over there. Now everything attaches with their little link systems, so you will have to trim them out at the end, the little links. You see, put A, you see, and that one goes down there. Now I've got very similar flowers, but a little bit smaller. I've got one that's going to go in there. Now, where's my other? Oh, it's up there, look, I can see it. Thought I was missing a flower then, it's up here. And that one's going to go in just there. There we go. And then I've got a little one just there. Take your time to do this and enjoy doing these. So this, like I say, this is done it off the charisma, and I'll show you some in a minute that I have put together and I've coloured myself because it really looks effective. There we go. And then the little ones, it's just about finding the right dies that match with the charisma. There we go. And finally, let's use that one because I've got a piece of tape on it. Finally, that one is going to go just in there. Oops. There we go. Right, so I just need to tape those down. So that's going to tape just there. So I'm more taping them into the die rather than onto the cardstock. So just tape there, tape them all down. I think I have. Bring back, oops, my magnetic sheet. Here we go. And I just need to clear these ones off. There we go. So this is a lovely way to craft. So you can, like I say, you can make up so many combinations. So let's pop that through. And while that's going through, I'll just show you. These are the ones that I did before the show. So I used the same stem. Oops, there we go. I used this stem and then I just changed the flowers. Can you see how you just change it? And then I just coloured them. So I just got my ink lily pens and I coloured them myself. And it was so much fun. So if you look, it's the same stem. Oops, there. I'm not doing very well there. But I've just changed the flowers. And then on here, on this one, there's the same stem. And then I've just added in a couple of the extensions. But that means that then you can be the creator of your own dies, which is a lovely, lovely way to craft. So this is now cut out. So let's pick that up, get rid of that. And then we just need to peel this off. So this is just going to take a minute to peel off. Now, as I said to you before, it will have little pips in it, little links, little bridges, I think is how we describe it. So you just need to snip those out. So let's just carefully peel this away. Oops, still attached just there in the die. Make sure it's come out of all the dies. We don't want to snap them off after all this hard work. We're coming out, there we go. But I just want to show you in sort of real time how easy it is to do. There we go, last one. There we go. Now look at that. Let's get that out of the way. How beautiful is that? Oh, we don't want that tape on. There we go. Now, as I said, everywhere that you've put one in, there'll be little bridges. So that means that you can leave them in your cardstock. You can make the most gorgeous displays. And hopefully you'll have seen the boards when we did the shows and seen how lovely it is to cut into your cardstock to make your display. So that's released that. So where it was the stem, it's all released, and you're just releasing where you linked those dies in. So I'll probably pick the biggest one to have to trim out now, but never mind. And that pops out there. And on this side. And if there's any bits where you don't want to put a flower or a leaf, you can just leave it blank and it doesn't actually look wrong. So you can make these as detailed or as in-depth as you want them to be. So just pin that one out so you can see. Just takes a few minutes just to cut those little bridges. So you can see just the little links just there. Let's turn that one around. I'm just going down in order so that I don't pull anything or strain any of it. And there, and then that one. Just two more after this. But it's such a lovely way to craft, especially when you cut them out of white and then colour them yourself. I really enjoyed colouring those ones I just showed you on that board. It was just so much fun to do. So we can then pop that there. Penultimate one. There we go. And then that little bridge there. And then finally this. So this means that you can cut into your cardstock, out of your cardstock, or you can do it however you want to. There we go. All free. All free. There we go. How about that? Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? So pretty. So we need to put that onto our card now. So let's do a little bit of shaping. We might trim into it and make it a little bit different. So I'm just going to shape on there. So this is 220 GSM cardstock and I can really feel the difference. Makes it quite strong, quite robust, which is absolutely, there we go, look at that. I can really get quite a bit of shape in there. There we go, and on the leaves. So bring the card back in. We've forgotten about the card. It seems like ages ago, didn't it? And now we can just build it up. So I'm going to actually trim into this. I'm going to trim just, let's trim just there. So I've got a bit of a stalk. So we can pop that one on there. Then I'm going to overlay that one. So I'm going to bring that round that leaf. Then I'm going to get another one. So these are on a bit thinner cardstock, I think. So they feel a little bit more delicate. And then I'm going to do a very similar thing and trim in just there. And I'm going to pop that one just up there. So you can see how easy it is to build your own displays. Let's take this one and then we're going to follow. Actually, it's covering up there, but never mind. How about doing that? That's going to look really pretty. So glue gel. Let's lift them off in order. So let's put the first one on. And that's going to go just there. Then the second one. Come down here. Just a little bit of glue behind each one. And then we can pop that on there. Let's see if we can see that little decoupage bit we put on. Then we're going to do the next one. Just a little bit of glue behind a few of the elements. Now let's bring that in front and bring that one there. That looks good. And then finally, do you see how here we've just hidden up the stalks, so we've not got stalks floating in the air? That one goes just there, so that leaf needs to go behind that flower, as does that one. Always looks nice if you can bring, there we go. How about that? Doesn't that look beautiful? And then we can stand it up just like that. The sentiment is floating. We've got all that gorgeous detail down the side. What a lovely way to use your vintage lace collection.